was at a real estate event today in San Francisco, and one of the speakers is a community leader, or um, like a leader of a voting group, kind of like a lobbyist in San Francisco. He's, a successful person, I guess, and he leads a group called like Neighbors for a Better San Francisco or something like that. And they are on the more conservative side for San Francisco, which means they're moderate. Um, and that's San Francisco's version of right. And then, everybody else is progressive, which doesn't always feel very progressive, but or just like far progressive or extremist. There are no extreme right people in San Francisco. Somebody who's considered extreme right by San Francisco standards would probably be a centrist in normal America. Anyway, so this person was talking about the elections that just happened, and they were a victory for the right, which means the moderate class in San Francisco. And in San Francisco, the city's basically run by the Board of Supervisors, and there's like 10 or 11 supervisors or something like that. Each of them has a ward or a neighborhood or something. And so now the moderates have, and I think it's 11 because a majority is 6. And I guess to do a lot of things in San Francisco, you only need a simple majority. So 6 is enough. And there are 5 who are considered moderates, 2 swing votes, and some number of extremists. Anyway, so they would need 1 swing vote on every vote to get the majority that they need. And basically they want to clean up the city and start enforcing laws that haven't been enforced. And this was a real estate crowd, so it's a more conservative leaning crowd anyway. But there, was definitely pleasure in the air at these changes. At the same time that a lot of those people, I think, did not vote for Trump, because there was a panel that happened afterwards. And there were definitely people on the panel who voted for Trump, but there were also people who didn't vote for Trump. And I think the room was split that way too. But I think most people in San Francisco, like the same day, this morning, before that meeting, I was walking to another meeting, and, I'm sorry, this is disgusting, but I saw what I believe to be human feces on the sidewalk, which you should never see in a city. And I remember walking to that real estate event and thinking to myself, we live in the greatest country in the world, or, supposedly we like to think of ourselves as the greatest country in the world, and yet we can't house homeless people, and we can't enforce clean sidewalks. What does that say about us? And this isn't just San Francisco. I've been all around this country. I've been to Nashville. I've been to Salt Lake City. I haven't been to Austin yet. I'm sure I will soon enough. But all of these places, there's homeless people all over the place. It's, not as clean as it should be. So it's a national issue in conservative and liberal cities alike. And so, it's really two aspects of it. There are people in our society who just can't house themselves, and that's okay. Like, they're not bad people. Like, people say, like, homelessness is a choice. I don't know. Maybe for some people it is. And some people they just can't get it together, or they have, psychological issues, whatever. These people need help. They need more help than the average person. And we, as a country, should be able to give them that help. There aren't so many homeless people that, like, we can't take care of them. We should be able to take care of them. And we don't. Somehow. It's astounding. And also, at the same time, we should have standards that are high enough that we're able to say, hey, guys, you can't use the sidewalk as a bathroom. That's not okay in this society, right? Like, Singapore, like, severely punishes people who deface sidewalks. I'm not saying I want to live like that, but we should hold standards as a society that are high enough that people just feel, ashamed at going to the bathroom out, like, on the sidewalk. So, we really need to come at it from two separate sides. And I feel like, certainly in places like San Francisco, there are definitely people who don't think it should change and who are horrified that the Trump won and that conservatives had a victory in this last election. But I also feel like there are a lot of people who do want change and want more cleanliness, want more safety, want laws to be enforced, and who also think that there's enough waste in government that we can find money to still take care of people who need to be taken care of and keep things clean. And I think I'm one of those people. So, interesting day. I also watched most of Joe Rogan's interview of Donald Trump, which I found very interesting, and I'll talk more about that in a separate segment.